It's now time to refuel our hearts with our next speaker, Pragito Dove. Pragito is a global authority on expressive meditation and the founder of the #1 expressive meditation training school in North America. She is an internationally recognized author, hypnotherapist, coach, and speaker. She is the founder of discovermeditation.com, where she supports people in creating their most fun, fabulous, and abundant life through the transformational power of expressive meditation and hypnotherapy techniques. Today, Pragito is sharing all about heart fuel and the alchemy of love. You'll have the opportunity to connect deeply with your own heart so you can access its wisdom, which is more important than ever in these challenging times. Welcome, Pragito.
Thank you so much, Matt and Helen. Thank you for inviting me to be here. And hello, everyone. I'm going to talk about love and relationships. And why is it so difficult for so many people to be happy in relationships, to sustain meaningful relationships? What is it that we're missing? How come there seems to be more hate in the world than love? We're going to look at that, and then I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation so you get an experience of what love really is in your hearts. And then we'll have a bit of time for questions. So what is love? What is it? Love is a state of being. It is not a thought. It is not a relationship. It is a state of being. And we already have it inside us. That's the good news. Each one of us is born full of love, full of joy, laughter, peace and calm, and presence. You just have to look at little children to see that. So what happens? How do we lose that? Well, we don't actually lose it. It is still there, but we lose touch with it. We lose trust in it. Because as children, what we learn is that to be happy, we need somebody. We need usually an adult to feed us, to change our diapers, to carry us, to hold us, and do all these things. So what the child is learning is that they need other people. And that stays with us. And then the other thing that goes parallel with that is, as you know, all little children are totally authentic and real. If they're angry, they're angry. If they're happy, they're happy. You always know what's going on with a child, a small child. But what happens to us, not to everybody, but to a lot of people, and it certainly happened to me, is that we learn that if we do too much of what we want to do, too much laughing, too much stomping around in a temper tantrum, too much dancing and singing too loud, we get told to be quiet. We have to shut it down. And we are taught that we have to behave in a certain way. What will the neighbors think? Or what will the visitors think? And the love is withheld from us until we behave in the way, whether it's our parents or caregivers or at school, they want us to behave. So what we learn is that in order to be loved, we have to behave in a certain way. We have to become political. Now, this all stays with us through adulthood, but of course it's all become deeply buried, and we have become so used to behaving in this certain way that we think that's who we are. But the other thing that's happening underneath that is we're building up a lot of resentment and anger and frustration because of the fact we can't be who we really are. And what happens to a lot of people is they start to hate themselves because they feel it's their fault. It actually isn't. It's the fault of the conditioning. And why do our parents do that? Because that's what they were taught. That's how they were treated, to behave in this certain way. And so it goes back down the generations. But what we have the opportunity for is to unlearn all those learned behaviors and find our true, authentic selves. And that's when we can start to really and truly love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are. So, love is a state of being, which we are all born with, and it stays with us our whole lives, that energy. So yes, we might have lost touch with it, but we can get it back. So it's all good news in the end. We can get back in touch with the unconditional love that comes from our own hearts. Because unconditional love does not judge or compare. And love simply loves. The heart simply loves. That's all it does. So where do the problems come in? Up here, the mind. Yes, judging and comparing. The opposite of judgment is acceptance. So what we have to do is learn not only to love ourselves, but to accept ourselves. And I think in a way, acceptance is even more important than loving ourselves, because acceptance contains love. If you accept yourself, you surely love yourself. So the more we learn to accept ourselves, then the more we can love others, because love starts with oneself, connecting to oneself. The more you love yourself, the more you can love others. The more you accept yourself, the more you can accept others. It goes the same. The more you judge yourself, the more you judge others. So always we're coming to ourselves first for the answers, because we have the answers inside of us. And it just needs a small thing called awareness and a small thing called understanding how this works, how we work on the inside, so that you can start to change anything. Perhaps I can see from the comments, people are already noticing things about themselves. You can start to change some things so that you stop listening to this mind and start accepting yourself and loving yourself. Because basically when we grow up, what happens is the criticism, the judging and comparing we heard from our parents and caregivers and at school and in this culture, we start doing it to ourselves. We kind of take over from our parents, from our teachers, and we continue to judge and compare and criticize ourselves. And then when we look at this whole culture we live in, I'll just take the North American culture for now, but it is pervasive throughout the world. There is so much judgment. The best dress list, the worst dress list. Who looks better in this dress? Who looks better in that dress? So much judging and comparing. I've heard some celebrities don't even want to go out in public because they know whatever they're wearing, they're going to get ripped to shreds somehow or another. So what we have to do is, first of all, bring awareness to this situation as we are right now and understand what the remedy is. So, as I'm also a meditation trainer, one of the simplest and most powerful meditation techniques is to learn to witness the mind. Because all these judgmental thoughts, critical thoughts, they're all coming from the mind. But when you learn to witness the mind, you start to disidentify from the mind. You start to be able to stand back and recognize, okay, this is just the mind. The mind is just a mechanism in our head. It actually doesn't have any power over us. It thinks it does, and maybe we think it does, but it doesn't. In fact, it's only about 5% of us. 95% of us is in the subconscious, whereas the wisdom of the heart, the wisdom of the body, and the wisdom of the soul. And this is actually a very doable thing, to learn to disidentify from the mind so that you still have your mind, because we need the mind, but you learn to let all the thoughts pass by and you become the watcher, the witness. And you notice all the judgments, because one of the functions of the mind is to judge and compare. If you're buying a new car, you got to go out there and judge and compare with all kinds of different cars to see which is the best one for you. So that's fine. But where we don't want to be judging and comparing is with ourselves and with people. Because people, which includes us, is the realm of the heart. And the heart simply loves. That's all it does. It loves us no matter what, unconditionally. And so the more you can focus on the heart and stay connected to your heart, this is going to help you in a very powerful way to learn to disidentify from the mind. Yes, you can learn the witnessing the mind technique, which is a very good technique, created by Gautama the Buddha 25 centuries ago. So it's been around for a long time and for a reason, because it works. But the other thing you can do, yes, is to focus on your heart. Because the heart has its own wisdom. The heart is the part of us that knows about love. And the heart is the part of us we can ask about this person or that person, and your heart will answer yes or no. With the heart, the best way to ask questions is so that you get a yes or no answer, not some complicated rigmarole thing, because then you're going to start coming up here. The heart will tell you yes or no. Is this a good person for me? No. Or the heart will say, yes, they are. It's very simple. It's really very simple. And if you find things in your relationships, and that includes your relationship with yourself, seem to be getting complicated and confusing, then what that means is you're in the mind. Because the mind likes to complicate things make things seem difficult and create confusion, because that way it stays in control of us. The mind does not want to let go of control. The mind does not like meditation, and the mind does not like love either. Because the rightful place of the mind is as the servant of the heart. So let your heart be the master and the mind be the servant of the heart. And the mind knows that's its rightful place. And it might fight you if you start shifting your attention to your heart so much. It'll fight you, but it will back down. It will, I promise you. It's happened to me and so many of my students who follow these techniques. And then you get a breather from that mind. And you start listening more to the wisdom of your heart. And then it becomes easier to accept yourself and realize that love is a state of being. And the more you are aware of that and carry that inside of you, then you bring that into all of your relationships. And for sure, it enhances all of your relationships. It also helps with the law of attraction. It helps you to attract people to you who are a match for you. And you can look at all your relationships right now and see if you think certain people are a good match for you. Are they loving and kind towards you? Are they respectful towards you or not? And if you're having trouble in a relationship, if there's a person who is not respectful to you, is mean or unkind, then you have to come inside yourself to find the answer. Are you unkind to yourself? Are you disrespectful to yourself? Or are you loving and kind with yourself? So you can see the other person as a mirror reflection of what is going on with you. And that's where difficult relationships are actually of great value, because the other person can mirror back to you your own issues. And let's say they're very abusive and you don't want that. So then you let them go, because they're not mirroring back to you what you want in a relationship. And if you find it difficult to let them go, for example, if it's an abusive person and you find it difficult to let them go, then you have to go deeper and deeper inside. And this is where my hypnotherapy training comes in, that I can help people with these much deeper issues. And you learn where it was further back in time that you learned that it was okay for you to be abused and disrespected. Because somebody taught you that. It's not your natural state. And then you can do the healing work. And then you realize you deserve to be respected and loved and cared for. And then that's what you start attracting to you. So with difficulties with the relationships, always come back to yourself. And it can be tough sometimes, because you have to be really honest with yourself. But on the other hand, when you are, immense amount of healing can be done as you bring awareness to yourself. And I'm not saying the other person is always perfect, because usually they're not. But we have to start with ourselves first. And then we can bring our new awareness, our new wisdom to the relationship and see what is really going on. So what I'd like to do now is take you through a guided meditation called Focus on Love. And this is going to help you focus on what you want, which is more love in your life and to heal your heart. And then I'm going to look at some of these questions. We've got some great questions here. So inviting you now to close your eyes. And breathe. And just feel yourself becoming aware of your body. And allowing your body to relax as you drop even deeper down inside. Allowing your jaw to drop down, your shoulders to drop down, your arms and hands to become more relaxed, and your legs and feet. And as you continue to breathe, and feel your body becoming more and more relaxed. Meditation is based on relaxation. And with relaxation, always start with the body. Then the mind and the heart will relax behind it. This is the easier way to go. If you start with the mind, it's much harder to do it that way. So as your body is becoming more and more relaxed right now, and all the muscles and cells and fibers of your body are feeling more at ease, more soft. Allow your mind to open up, to expand into infinite possibilities. And feel yourself receiving divine love and light, which comes down through your crown chakra, down into your body. And just practice receiving right now. Love is about giving. It's also about receiving. Love works in a circle. You give your love, the other person receives it. Gives back to you, you receive it, and so on. So love is a circle of energy. And you want to be able to receive as much as you give. So those two are balanced, more or less, give or take. Yes? So feel that now inside of you. Only right now I want you to receive. And as you receive this divine love and light, we receive love through our breathing, through our chest. So just feel yourself receiving all this love and light through your chest. And feel it being absorbed into your whole body. There's nothing you have to do right now. You are deserving. You are worthy. This is your birthright. This is who you are. Love. Love itself. And experience it now as you breathe. And if the mind is chattering on, just allow those thoughts to pass by. There's nothing to do about them. You're just relaxing and letting the thoughts pass by. They will. Just don't give them any attention. Focus your attention on your heart, on receiving love into your body. Because love is an experience. It's a physical, visceral experience. And you can experience it right now. And just let the mind chatter on if that's what it's doing, no problem. That's what it does. And as you continue to receive this love and feel yourself filling up from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, filling up with love and light. I want you now to fall into a deep acceptance of yourself in this moment now. Accepting who you are right now. It's not about being perfect. It's about being perfectly you. With all your frailties and flaws, all included. You're a package deal. It's not that we just accept the nice parts. No, we accept all of ourselves right now. And if thoughts come judging yourself, just let them go by. We don't need those right now. This is your remembering. This is your divine remembering of who you are, the truth of who you are, which is love. And feel your heart expanding, feel your whole chest expanding. And if you have any questions you want to ask your heart right now, the wisdom of your heart, then go ahead. The answers might come right now. They might come tonight or tomorrow or the next day. But they will come. And as you envelop yourself in this deep love for yourself and acceptance, let's include compassion for yourself as well. Compassion is the highest form of love. Compassion doesn't judge or compare. Compassion just loves. For no reason. The way you are loved for no reason. Just for who you are. For being here, for being in this body. You are divine. So I'm going to ask you now to very slowly open your eyes and come back into the room that you are in. And notice how you feel now. Notice the body. Notice the mind. Notice your heart, your chest area, your emotions, with non-judgment and compassion for yourself. There is no right or wrong here, good or bad. There is simply what is. So just notice what you notice. Rested and relaxed, someone said, didn't want to come back. Wonderful. Somebody else, Leanne, says she has clarity. Michelle says she feels warm, peaceful, and content. Nancy, light, calm, and warm. Wonderful. Calm. Ingrid says calm. Wow. So relaxed, says Donna. And Shelby says, my mind is quiet. Hallelujah. That is wonderful. Marsha, peaceful and happy with a glow inside. Oh, that's beautiful. Nancy says, my mind too. Tabitha says, I had to lie down for this. Yeah, absolutely. Flory says, warm, wonderful, and relaxed. Wow, you guys, you have totally taken this in. You've totally received. Amy says, feeling Amy says, feeling sense, letting go. Ellen says, at peace, thank you. Nancy, I feel tears of happiness. Oh, that's lovely. Sheila says, mind has slowed right down, feeling calm and centered. Oh, don't we love that? Yes. Peaceful, says Jewel. Tracy, peaceful and grateful. Thank you for reminding me that I can accept all the parts of me, even the ones I don't like. Yes, absolutely. All right, well, Sean says, feeling loved. Good. Nancy, such powerful words for the soul. Yes, Monique, deeply peaceful and grounded. Penny, feeling a lot. Wonderful, you guys. This is just what the doctor ordered. Yes? So, you see, we don't necessarily, and I'm not a medical doctor, so if you have prescriptions from your doctor, then you must continue with that. But you see how you can achieve a quiet mind, feeling relaxed, calm, warm, loved, all these wonderful things you're describing from this meditation. I don't know how long I did that for, maybe 10 minutes or something. And, you know, if you're getting the replay of this, then you can keep watching this if it really worked for you. And Coral says, peaceful and relaxed, I've become so much more accepting of myself. I'm kinder to myself and more confident with my decisions. Yes, confidence. Confidence comes from the heart. I no longer let people who judge others without knowing who they upset me. Good, because that's about them. It's not about you. And if someone says something mean or horrible to you, it's about them. It's nothing to do with you. My motto is be kind. Every time I love what you said, it's not about being perfect. It's been about perfectly you. Yes, this has been beautiful. Amy, thank you. Galu, I feel relaxed and loved. And there's the VIP package. Yes. So I was just going to go back to some of these questions here. Thank you so much. I love all this feedback, you guys.
And Pragito, could you tell us a little bit about your free gift?
How much time do I have? I wanted to look at one or two of these questions.
Sure, absolutely. I think you have 6 minutes.
Okay, we've got time. Now I have to scroll down. I scrolled too far up. Trying to see.
Pragito,
That's still, yes.
there's a comment from Nicoletta or Nicolita Morales saying,
I feel angry at myself.
Yeah, I have a hard time accepting my flaws because others keep pinning at them all the time, or pining at them all the time. So
hang on, let me just look at this and then I'll come back to you. I feel angry at myself for letting a toxic friend in who tossed me like a salad aside. Okay, so being angry at yourself helps nothing. All right, you have to have compassion for yourself. You have to forgive yourself. Okay, so you allowed that to happen. That happens for all of us. So you bring yourself, you come back to your heart and you love yourself. You just love, love, love on yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Buy yourself some flowers. Forgive yourself. Okay, so you weren't perfect. That's okay. Next time, that won't happen. You'll be more aware. Then I'm sorry, who was that was talking to me? Was that Shelby?
it was.
Which was the question?
There was also a message just from, I'm scrolling back, Nicoletta, and she basically said that she's a hard time accepting her flaws.
Yeah, I just see that one, Nicola. Yeah, I have a hard time accepting my flaws because others keep pinning at them all the time. I think maybe there's a typo there, but meditation, my friend Nicoletta. Yes. The path of meditation leads to love. The path of love leads to meditation. And the more meditation that you do, focusing on bringing awareness to yourself, meditation is all about yourself. It's all me, yeah, which we need. So then you become very deeply rooted in yourself, and you know who you are, and you love yourself, you accept yourself so much. Then when others point things out, basically that's got nothing to do with you. That's about them, because that's a pretty mean thing to do. So it says everything about them and nothing about you, even if it's true and you have the particular flaws they are saying, but it's not their business to point them out. That's just very mean. Yeah. So you remember that. You come back to yourself and trust yourself, love yourself, accept yourself, including all these flaws. And what's going to happen is you're going to start transmitting more love, and you're going to attract people into your life who are loving and kind and respectful to you, not like that kind of person who says mean things. Yes? I think I have to... Thank you so much for sharing the quiet truth with your heart, about your heart, the process of going from love to losing trust, and how to regain acceptance and self-love. Yep. It's actually quite simple, the path to regaining it. That's certainly what I teach. If you're interested in knowing anything more about my work, yes, Matt, the free gift. Did you like that segue I did? All right, what is my free gift? Yes, it is an abundance activation. It's a 3-part video series. The videos are about 5 minutes each, and they're going to help you on this path back to self, back to loving yourself, accepting yourself, and connecting with the wisdom of your heart. And the bonus to doing that, of course, is that you activate your frequency, your energy frequency, to the level of abundance. So you start attracting, it's just a total win-win. You start attracting more of what you want into your life and less of what you don't want. So Matthew has appeared, which means I have to wrap up here.
No, I was just going to say we do love the win-win. So I think what an amazing gift that is.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, my sweet friends, thank you so much for participating. I just love all your feedback and the fact so many of you are engaged and participating, because that's what love is about. You have to participate and experience. And I look forward to hearing from as many of you as possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was such a phenomenal experience to get us to reconnect powerfully with the magic and the alchemy of love and the heart. And it's such a beautiful feeling to be in that flow and to allow that to work on our behalf. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your brilliance with us. So, Shelby.
Yes, I am here.
Are you ready? Whenever you are.
Okay, give me a moment. Oh, some technical difficulties.
Well, I think if it's the first time today we're having technical difficulties, we are woohoo, way ahead of the game. Because we are in our last hour. So yay.